Hey guys, David here. Thank you so much for joining me for another book review Friday. So today I don't have any book on me, and I know what's going on. Well, the reason for that is actually because I've been using Audible. So the book we're actually going to be talking about today is The 5 Second Rule by Mel Robbins. And this book it's awesome, all right? So at one point in the book, she talks about being one of the most desirable speakers of that year, and she was actually the most sought after, and she gave the most speeches for that whole entire year in all of America. So her speeches are awesome. She started off her career just all over the place. She did some consulting. She's works for a news company, and she went to Fox, did some things over there. So much stuff was going wrong for her in her mid 40s ish. And all of a sudden, she turned everything around because of this 5 second rule. So, what is the 5 second rule? Let me tell you right now. All it really is you got to count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Just like that. Give yourself a countdown and be able to count down to any situation. So I'm going to talk about it. Basically, that's all it is you give yourself a countdown and then you initiate and you go. So I got a couple points here that I want to read and talk about from the 5 second rule that I took away from such an awesome book. Highly recommend you guys check it out. Or even Audible has free trials, so pick it up on Audible and listen to it. It's 6-7 hours long, but it's definitely worth your time. She gives multiple examples of all the people using her rule to make themselves and their lives a lot better and be more prosperous. So that being said, on her page she had basically five actions that you take step by step. So the first one is the moment you have an instinct. So the instinct to, you just automatically, let's say you're walking and you see this pretty girl or guy, and all of a sudden you just want to talk to them, or just even a business owner or somewhere you're listening into a conversation, and you get that instant instinct that you're like, oh man, I should go talk to them. That's what she's talking about there. So when you have that moment that you have an instinct, you want to act on a goal, right? There's a goal to it. You want to talk to that person. You want to talk to that girl because she's pretty and you want to talk to her. So that's the second one. Third one is you have to push yourself. You must push yourself to go towards that goal and follow your instinct. Look, your instinct is one of your greatest tools in the toolkit. It's always trying to get you, and it's always telling you something. Your instincts are there to help you survive, and your instincts are going to help you. So when you have your instincts to go and act on your goal, you have to push yourself. And so she moves on to number 4, which is you have to move within 5 seconds, where the 5 second rule comes in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Go towards your goal. And the reason for this is because on number 5, she talks about, or your brain will kill it. So your brain will actually kill your instinct and your idea, because it can start flooding you with emotions and logical thinking to the point where if you don't do it within 5 seconds, you don't take action within 5 seconds, you're just going to think of 10,000 different reasons why you shouldn't talk to that girl, boy, or even a different CEO or someone you want to network with. Or even, it doesn't even have to be another person. It could just be skydiving. It could be whatever. And I know everyone listening to this video right now, you've all been in a situation where you wanted to do something, you've wanted to take action, even if it's just getting out of bed, which is what she actually started this rule as. Is she kept waking up late, kept hitting snooze, and at one moment in time, she was like, you know what? Today, I'm gonna wake up, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and when I get to 1, I'm gonna spring out of bed and go and get my day started. So that's how this rule started, and that's the same thing. When you think too long, when you have an instinct and you have a goal and you want to do something, your brain automatically starts thinking of different ways as to how it could fail, and it keeps giving you excuses as to why you shouldn't do it. It feels your body's like, okay, I'm gonna do something, and your brain's like, okay, whoa, stop. So if you let yourself stop in 5 seconds, it's over. Your brain's gonna kill it. You're gonna lose the motivation to do something, and you're gonna lose your chance to have the opportunity to talk to that girl, even if she rejects you or nothing works out. And she talks about this in her book. It doesn't matter about what happens at the end. It all matters is that you saw this girl, you really wanted to talk to her, and you just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, and just talk to her. I mean, it could have went totally fine. It could have went totally perfect. It could have been totally bad, and she could have slapped you. But in the end, you at least did something. You were in control of your life, and you didn't make an excuse to not go forward. So those are her like 5 steps in that process. Another couple things that I took away from this book. Well, actually, one I really want to talk about, and sort of paraphrase. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to cut out a little bit. But in the book, she talks about the science study that shows that your brain, as we go to sleep, we all know that we sleep in cycles. It usually takes, I think she said, 60 to 90 minutes per cycle. So as we're sleeping, 2 hours before we're supposed to wake up, our body starts, our mind starts slowly activating our body, starts heating us up, getting us ready to wake up. And so when we hear that alarm when we first wake up, our body is ready to go. But when you hit snooze and you go back to sleep, your body actually goes ahead and starts a new cycle. And so when it starts a new cycle, not only are you 10 minutes into another like 60, 90 minute cycle, so you're breaking yourself off of that cycle in the middle of the cycle, but your brain from there on, it's not able to get back into the way of things until it takes 3 hours, 4 hours for you to get out of this sleep mode that you're in, because you broke that cycle. So that's why you should never hit snooze, because when you hit snooze, you actually get back on the cycle. And that's why many times when over the weekend, when you have a lot of time, you wake up, hear the alarm, hit snooze, or you turn off the alarm, you say you're gonna get up in 10 to 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden you wake up an hour and a half later, and you're just like, man, like I slept for so long. But that's because it was a sleep cycle, and completed the whole entire sleep cycle. So it's a really interesting thing she talks about in this study, and that's why I recommend listening to it yourself or reading it in person, because it makes a lot more sense than me just telling it. But there's so much science behind that, and it just goes to show that you have to value not putting the 5-second rule in place, especially if you have a hard time getting out of bed. Do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch out of bed. Don't even think about it, and you'll be totally fine. Your brain won't have time for you to logically be like, oh, I'm too tired, I still have 30 minutes, I can hit the snooze 3 more times. You know how many times I've personally been there. Now that I've been waking up at 4 a.m., my biggest struggle is I'll wake up, I'll be exhausted, I'll be sore for my workouts, because I go to the gym every day at 4 once I wake up, and I can tell after 5 seconds, it's just like you're just sitting there and you're just like, oh, man, I should probably take today off. I'm sore, my legs hurt, I can't even get out of bed. See, and you're already getting set up for excuses. So you get 5 seconds, go, get out of bed. There's a reason why you set that alarm for that time. Get out of bed, get to work, get to what you have to do to accomplish your goals and your dreams, so you're not wasting time. Another quick thing about this too, and sleep, is the first 3 to 4 hours of when you're awake are the most productive times that you'll ever be for that whole entire day. So in the first 3 or 4 hours, that's when your brain, everything's functioning at the most maximum capacity. And that's why a lot of people usually meditate, do affirmations, self-talk, positive self-talk, all these things in the morning, because when they spend more time thinking about themselves and what they have to do, their brain is actively able to attack that and find solutions for them, because it's working at its max potential and it's not cluttered by the whole entire day. That's why you have a lot of people. That's why I wake up at 4 a.m. I get to the gym. I have time for myself. I work on myself, have time to listen to podcasts, to audios, to really work on my 4 hours, work on whatever work I have to do, so that later on in the day, when I get swamped with needless stuff that doesn't need my full attention, I know that I got my full benefit of my 3-4 hours of productivity in the morning. Now, it's all different for each person, when you want to wake up, how you want to set this up, but just know that you have, when you first wake up, you have 3 to 4 hours to get yourself in the most productive zone and get the most work done. A great way to also stimulate this jolt in energy is actually taking a really cold shower, because it shocks your body and your brain automatically goes into this survival mode, and it sharpens up, everything sharpens up, because your brain doesn't know what's going on with your body, and until it figures it out, it's on high alert. You're fully able to focus. So that's another great tip she makes. And I know this video is probably a little long, so I'm sorry about that. We're going to finish up with a couple other things. So here's some reasons why you should read this book. If you want, she talks about and this, she covers these topics here. So if you want to build courage or confidence, this is a great book for that. 5-second rule, how to go for it. Destroy fear, increase your productivity. These are ways the 5-second rule can help you. She likes to have emails from her fans emailing her. She has multiple examples from multiple fans from how they use the 5-second rule to get different deals, to do different things, to get better in shape, whatever the situation is. And the last one too, and this is a huge thing for a lot of people, and I know because it's all over the news, it's everywhere. Anxiety and depression. She focuses on a whole entire topic of anxiety and depression, and the best thing is she and her whole entire family have anxiety and depression, and she was Zolox or whatever, I forgot the medication. She was on that for so long until she found out that her daughters and her son had anxiety, had panic attacks, and she was like, that's it. I gotta get off the medication, find a way for me to be able to get out of this anxiety mode, so I can help them get out of it too. And one of the things she talks about too is when you feel yourself feeling anxious, think of it as excitement. Change your mindset of how you think about it. And there's other different tips that she talks about. That's why I recommend taking a really look at it. Check it out on Audible. I mean, you seriously. Free trial on Audible. You get it for 30 days. You get 1 credit, maybe even 2 credits, depending on the deal that's going on, to purchase a book or two that you can listen to and keep, even if you cancel the trial. So even if you just want to listen to this one book and don't like Audible, like seriously, you get a free book out of this. Why wouldn't you go to audible.com and pick up the 5-second rule? Check it out and let me know what you think. I mean, it was a great book. It was awesome to listen to. She herself narrates the whole entire audiobook, so you get her personal experience, and it's just awesome to listen to. She is such an awesome woman, and she's so inspiring to a lot of people. With that being said, though, guys, that was the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins. I hope you really enjoyed this book. It was an awesome read for me. Hopefully you enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you guys in next Friday when we review another amazing book. With that being said, have a great rest of your day.